Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
The financial gain, earned or unearned, accruing over a given period of time. The amount of monetary gain. Income, after taxes, that is available to you for saving or spending. Two incomes received from the same source, as by holding a government job and receiving a government pension. The excess of revenues over outlays in a given period of time, including depreciation and other non-cash expenses. Something that remunerates. They saved a quarter of all their earnings. Income before interest and taxes and depreciation and amortization have been subtracted. An indicator of a company's profitability that is watched by investors, especially in leveraged buyouts. Income obtained with a minimum of effort. The economic condition in which credit is easy to secure. Income before interest and taxes and depreciation and amortization have been subtracted. An indicator of a company's profitability that is watched by investors, especially in leveraged buyouts. Income available to the government. Income available to the government. Income obtained with a minimum of effort. Income, at invoice values, received for goods and services over some given period of time. Income, at invoice values, received for goods and services over some given period of time. A phenomenon that follows and is caused by some previous phenomenon. The income or profit arising from such transactions as the sale of land or other property. Circulate or distribute or equip with. Issue a new uniform to the children. Come out of. Water issued from the hole in the wall. The act of issuing printed materials. One of a series published periodically. She found an old issue of the magazine in her dentist's waiting room. An opening that permits escape or release. The canyon had only one issue. The becoming visible. Prepare an issue for public distribution or sale. Supplies, as food or clothing or ammunition, issued by the government. The immediate descendants of a person. He died without issue. The act of providing an item for general use or for official purposes, usually in quantity. A new issue of stamps. Make out an issue. Some situation or event that is thought about. An important question that is in dispute and must be settled. The issue could be settled by requiring public education for everyone. Bring out an official document, such as a warrant. The excess of revenues over outlays in a given period of time, including depreciation and other non-cash expenses. Informal terms for money. The excess of revenues over outlays in a given period of time, including depreciation and other non-cash expenses. An open fabric of string or rope or wire woven together at regular intervals. A computer network consisting of a worldwide network of computer networks that use the TCP/IP network protocols to facilitate data transmission and exchange. Yield as a net profit. This sale netted me $1 million. Make as a net profit. Construct or form a web, as if by weaving. Catch with a net. Net a fish. Conclusive in a process or progression. The net result. Remaining after all deductions. Net profit. A goal lined with netting, as in soccer or hockey. A trap made of netting to catch fish or birds or insects. Game equipment consisting of a strip of netting dividing the playing area in tennis or badminton. The excess of revenues over outlays in a given period of time, including depreciation and other non-cash expenses. The excess of revenues over outlays in a given period of time, including depreciation and other non-cash expenses. Gross sales reduced by customer discounts, returns, freight out, and allowances. The income or profit arising from such transactions as the sale of land or other property. Payment made to a person in a position of trust to corrupt his judgment. A recompense for worthy acts or retribution for wrongdoing. The final payment of a debt. The total national income divided by the number of people in the nation. The income received by a single individual. The income or profit arising from such transactions as the sale of land or other property. The excess of revenues over outlays in a given period of time, including depreciation and other non-cash expenses. Make a profit. Gain money or materially. The company has not profited from the merger. Derive a benefit from. She profited from his vast experience. The advantageous quality of being beneficial. The excess of revenues over outlays in a given period of time, including depreciation and other non-cash expenses. Something won, especially money. Income received from rental properties. The income or profit arising from such transactions as the sale of land or other property. The average return was about 5%. The key on electric typewriters or computer keyboards that causes a carriage return and a line feed. Document giving the tax collector information about the taxpayer's tax liability. His gross income was enough that he had to file a tax return. Go back to a previous state. Elect again. A coming to or returning home. On his return from Australia, we gave him a welcoming party. Happening again, especially at regular intervals. The return of spring. Be restored. Her old vigor returned. Give or supply. Pass down. Pay back. Go back to something earlier. Getting something back again. Bring back to the point of departure. The act of someone appearing again. Answer back. Give back. A quick reply to a question or remark, especially a witty or critical one. Be inherited by. The land returned to the family. The occurrence of a change in direction back in the opposite direction. A reciprocal group action. In return, we gave them as good as we got. American football. The act of running back the ball after a kickoff or punt or interception or fumble. A tennis stroke that sends the ball back to the other player. He won the point on a cross-court return. Go or come back to place, condition, or activity where one has been before. Return to your native land. Make a return. Return a kickback. Return in kind. Return a compliment. Return to a previous position, in mathematics. The point returned to the interior of the figure. Submit a report, etc., to someone in authority. The act of going back to a prior location. They set out on their return to the base camp. Income, at invoice values, received for goods and services over some given period of time. The income or profit arising from such transactions as the sale of land or other property. Be capable of holding or containing. This box won't take all the items. Remove something concrete, as by lifting, pushing, or taking off, or remove something abstract. Take the gun from your pocket. Serve oneself to, or consume regularly. I don't take sugar in my coffee. Make a film or photograph of something. Take a scene. Be designed to hold or take. This surface will not take the die. Require time or space. Take somebody somewhere. Can you take me to the main entrance? Have sex with. Archaic use. He had taken this woman when she was most vulnerable. Have with oneself. Have on one's person. She always takes an umbrella. Receive or obtain regularly. We take the Times every day. Admit into a group or community. Head into a specified direction. Pick out, select, or choose from a number of alternatives. Take into consideration for exemplifying purposes. Assume, as of positions or roles. Interpret something in a certain way. Convey a particular meaning or impression. How should I take this message? Lay claim to, as of an idea. Accept or undergo, often unwillingly. Make use of or accept for some purpose. Take a risk. Take something or somebody with oneself somewhere. Engage for service under a term of contract. Shall we take a guide in Rome? Be stricken by an illness, fall victim to an illness. Take on a certain form, attribute, or aspect. Take as an undesirable consequence of some event or state of affairs. Get into one's hands, take physically. Can you take this bag, please? Require as useful, just, or proper. It takes nerve to do what she did. Occupy or take on. Receive willingly something given or offered. Be a student of a certain subject. Proceed along in a vehicle. Point or cause to go, blows, weapons, or objects such as photographic equipment, towards. Ascertain or determine by measuring, computing or take a reading from a dial. Take a pulse. Be seized or affected in a specified way. Take sick. Buy, select. I'll take a pound of that sausage. Carry out. Take action. Experience or feel or submit to. Obtain by winning. Winner takes all. Take by force. Take into one's possession. I'll take 3 salmon steaks. The act of photographing a scene or part of a scene without interruption. Travel or go by means of a certain kind of transportation, or a certain route. He takes the bus to work. The income or profit arising from such transactions as the sale of land or other property. Personal income that you did not earn, e.g., dividends or interest or rent income. Accounting, income received but not yet earned, usually considered a current liability on a company's balance sheet.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.